I don't know.
Nah, Drew, tell a story online.
No.
We got plenty of time.
Drew, we got time.
We definitely got time, but hey, I cannot go on public air with the name of why they called me the animal. Can't do it. But I was out of the country, and we can leave it at that.
What a hole.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
great introduction.
How you doing, Drew? I don't know.
Guess I'm here. I don't have stories like
Yeah,
that.
you don't have a story like that, Drew?
They call me meaty.
Well, maybe they call Oh, no, please, God, no.
No, he could do that one. I like that one better than the meaty merengue.
You don't like the
meaty merengue?
No,
meaty macarena?
No, meaty merengue. Let's go. No.
Thank you. God, y'all are nuts.
Breeze Nation, what's good? It's your boy Panther Designer
when he
back
does
at
that.
it again.
I love when he does
As
that.
always, man, we got the squad in the building. Yeah. As always, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC. Mr. Drew Better. If you knew better, you do better. Say who better? Nobody bro. It's your boy Panther Designer back at it again. A lot to get into on today's episode. I think yesterday was it got to violent levels. I mean,
It was bad.
Twitter got
Crash
wild.
out.
Twitter got wild. People were just it felt like it was Justin Fields versus Caleb Williams all over again. And I think here's the thing that I want to have a conversation on. Are we to a point where it's okay to say that Caleb Williams hasn't lived up to the expectation, but that we also can say that you're still hopeful that he will? We got to have that conversation on today's episode, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Also want to talk about some of the development of players. Of course, Shamar Turner going down here. And I mean, draft classes are, man. Yeah. We might need to get into a trade conversation in this episode as well. All that and more in today's episode, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let's start it off, boys, because like I said, yesterday got wild.
Got bad.
Yeah, people were, ready to go out there and burn down and get your torches and I'm not even. Hold on, I am evil.
There you go. I was about to get up and adjust it.
Yeah. No, people were ready to go down and get your pitchforks and 7 games it took to find all the Bears fans that are ready to run Caleb Williams out of town. And I want to ask the question: is it okay to say that Caleb Williams hasn't lived up to the expectations that people had? Whether they were unrealistic or not, you're the number 1 overall pick. We know what comes with that. Is it okay to have that conversation while still having a conversation on this team and Caleb Williams looking like they are improving as we're getting from last year to this year?
I will say that this is a cop-out answer, but I could say that I'm on both sides of the fence with this.
You wasn't lying. That was a cop-out, sweet Jesus.
That's a cop-out.
I mean, you didn't even answer.
I'm a man of the people.
They're never going to have you on first take, buddy. I'll tell you that much.
You're playing double dutch. You're playing double dutch, huh?
Fine, then. I'll say what I need to say, then. I say that no, Caleb hasn't lived up to the hype. He hasn't lived up to expectations. But I think part of that is because in his first year, you saw the issues that he had nothing to do with, that he didn't control. You had a number of OCs that you went through, the carousel of OCs, different head coach. Matt Eberflus is trash. Like there's things that worked against Caleb. Shane Waldron working against Caleb, smirking at him on the sideline. We joked about that all year last year. There's things that he can't control that didn't really put him in a position to succeed. But then on the flip side, there is an expectation. You good there?
I'm all right.
That's right. I was saying,
good.
Did your Powers Johnson hit the table?
I was about to say, my goodness. Way to come back to the
That's
studio.
how I got 2 kids.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, back to what you were saying.
But my thing is, on the flip side, you can also see that Caleb has been given a lot of things that most rookie quarterbacks in his position haven't had. The first year, he got a top receiver. You got Keenan Allen. You got all the stars, Roma Dunze. Like, you had DeAndre Swift last year, Roshan Johnson, Cole Kmet. And so there was really no excuse from a talent standpoint around him for him not to succeed. He still put up decent numbers for a Chicago Bears quarterback to start out his career. But in no means were we saying that he was generational or he played at a certain level. This year, I think more is to be expected because you got the best coach that was on the market. You got a really, really good staff behind the best coach on the market. And then you even upgraded the talent around him. You upgraded by getting a Luther Burden, and you went out and got a Colston Loveland in the draft, number 10 overall. And so I think the expectations are heightened. but there's still pause because we're 7 games into the Ben Johnson era. And so that's why it's like a back and forth. It's like a give and take with me, which is why I said I'm on the fence. Because it's like, yes, you expect more from him, but then at the same time, you also know he has some growing.
No, I happen to disagree. You got to me. You got
you happy to disagree?
I did just a little bit. Yes, sir. I have to disagree with you.
A lot of head wagging going on that side of the
right.
table.
I understand your perspective on that, but it's like this. Outside of Joe Burrow, what is the last number one draft pick quarterback came into the league and just dominated? None. There is a learning curve since Joe Burrow.
I mean, are we having conversations on all number 1 picks? Or we have a conversation just on quarterback number?
Just quarterback number 1 picks. Because
they have to be number 1. They can't be the first quarterback.
They have to be number 1 because it's a different kind of pressure.
It's a different kind of pressure.
Isn't it a consensus?
Cam hasn't. Caleb, I would say we can say probably hasn't. Bryce hasn't.
Bryce definitely hasn't. Yeah.
Trayvon Walker. I don't even know who that is. Trevor Lawrence.
No, that was the Jaguars pick. He's not even a quarterback.
But he's not a quarterback.
Trevor Lawrence hasn't.
Trevor Lawrence.
He's still mid.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Joe Burrow did. Kyler Murray didn't. Baker Mayfield
didn't. Baker did not show up.
I think
Baker was what we have. Caleb Williams holding on the ball too long.
Yeah.
Superman. All when he was with Cleveland.
This
is all over again.
Yeah.
And then it's back to Jared Goff. That's 2016.
And Jared Goff was mid too.
Yeah, even with Sean McVay. Well, I mean,
but it was Sean McVay because Sean McVay saw him.
It took him a minute. Yeah.
My point of saying all that is that even though you're number 1, you need time to develop in certain situations.
Yeah.
And yes, his rookie year, he had some mistakes that he was still doing, which was basically what they said in college. The things that he's going through now are some of the same things that he said in college. He wants to be a Superman. So Superman, he misses a lot of some of the easier throws because he can make those wild throws. This is the same situation. So Ben Johnson, to me, has to break him from these 4-year things that he's been in his repertoire all this time, that he has to break free from that to be the quarterback that we want, to be the generational talent. He has all the arm talent to do that. He has the mental talent to do that. He just has to break those bad things. So, yes, I can 100% say that he's not lived up to expectations. Will he later on? I believe he will once he gets a couple years into Ben Johnson.
Is the bigger conversation that expectations were too high? I think the expectation, and listen, it may be, different, but I talked about this on the Chicago Bears podcast today. Generational, first I said that generational is the dumbest word that gets thrown around ever.
Yeah.
Generational means 1 player in a generation. We might have gotten 2 in freaking Pat Mahomes and Tom Brady, but like a generation is 20 years? So you're probably not going to be generational. But I think the game from college to the pros is so vastly different. College football is so bastardized to try and make quick wins and quick quarterbacks, and basically take high school quarterbacks that don't know anything about football and then turn them into, guys who understand football a little bit more, but I'm not gonna make it difficult on you, so that you're getting all these quarterbacks that aren't pro ready. I'm not saying that is an excuse. Caleb has this situation where he should be able to make that connection, but how I described it on the Chicago Bears podcast was you have this clay. So the arm talent, the athleticism, the cerebral. I throw the cerebral in there, and I think he came in as one of the smarter quarterbacks that we've seen, and you put all these pieces together, and you're trying to form it into something that now can go out there and recite one of the toughest offenses in football, and we know with Ben Johnson how he goes about it. That tries to that has to get everybody organized, has to become a leader. And it's, again, not excuses. That's what comes with the job. That's what you need to go out there and do.
It takes time.
But I do think that there is more time that we need to see. And what makes it difficult is you have a guy who coming in, Drake May, who is now 3rd in MVP voting, who is balling out, who is playing at a high level, who is out there cooking, essentially. To me, I think that heightens the conversation and makes it louder around Caleb Williams. But I don't think that you can – I'll say this. It's obvious Caleb needs to be better.
Indeed.
Everybody agree, right?
Of course he needs to be better.
It's obvious that Caleb Williams needs to be better at quarterback.
Yeah.
it's also obvious that this year the offense is better. It's also obvious that this year he is playing better.
Agreed.
It's also obvious that this year you have a competent head coach that is going to be able to get you more wins than what you had last season. And I think the biggest difference that we're seeing this year is that what you're comparing him to, and I get it, it's, people going to say this is an excuse. Josh has done this before. The year Tom Brady takes off,
Josh
McDaniels gets the reins. Mac Jones was a Rookie of the Year. Did he win Rookie of the Year?
He was up there, though. He had a great rookie season.
He was a Rookie of the Year
before
candidate.
he left.
You did this with porn star Jimmy. You did this right now you're doing this right now with Drake May. Like, there's already those guys in there that you have gone through that development process with. And so I feel like he understands how to do this as a OC, maybe better than Ben Johnson is realizing how to do it as a head coach.
But I can trump you one. I can trump you one even better than that, because if you actually remember during the draft process, Drake May was actually in the running for the number 1 pick.
Yeah,
he was out there as the consensus. Now I said it for a while that he said he had all the arm talent, but they said that he just needed a little bit more polishing.
Well, Ryan Poles also didn't bring him in, which could be a conversation on the draft process.
Yep. But that's another thing. Like I told you, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. That's a different story.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, you had 2 Heisman Trophy winners ahead of him, so.
Well, you didn't bring the other one in either.
Right. You didn't. Right.
That's my point. Is you didn't even try the one.
Exactly.
You were so convinced.
At least bring the other one in, possibly. But I digress.
Right, digression. But the point was that you are comparing him to these other quarterbacks. Honestly, Jaden Daniels, the fear, I understood why we didn't take him number 1. The fear was he didn't have an NFL-type body.
What you seeing right now?
What do you mean?
The fear with Jaden Daniels is exactly what you're seeing right now.
That's my point.
He's not playing tonight.
That's my point.
Yeah,
I was getting to that. I was getting to that. Well, I was just going down the list. That Jaden Daniels. Yeah, sorry, you jumped a little ahead.
I jumped a little early on that one. That was
just
like the Bears.
Just the Bears.
Full start.
Exactly. Full start.
Jonathan Ford on you.
Exactly. And then you had Drake May, which
coming fast
and hard. But then you had Drake May was kind of like on the same situation as Caleb was. That it was some things that he needed to progress on, but his Superman was a little bit more evident, and so it masked a lot of things to me. That's why they took him over Drake May. And then you got Bo Nix. Bo Nix has as many starts as all the quarterbacks almost put together. And he came from a kind of an already NFL offense. The offense was in Oregon. Oregon, he was passing 50 times a game. So he had 50 times a game, and what?
Who, Drake May?
No. Bo Nix.
Oh, Bo Nix.
Yeah, Bo Nix. So he had way more snaps than all the other quarterbacks had together. So his learning curve was to me shorter. And plus, Sean Payton
went to the right guy.
Right. Sean Payton
went to the right guy.
Sean Payton has had him for 2 years and now has made him even better. So yeah, going back to the original point that we wish Caleb was better, but at the same time, we do understand that, he's still learning. So it's still going to be a little bit of a change.
I think that the point that you just made about every quarterback that we've discussed, the Drake Mays, the Bo Nixes, McCarthy, like every one of those quarterback situation has been different. They've been drafted to, even with Jaden Daniels, he got put in a position where that whole offense was tailored around his skill set and still is to this day. And, unfortunately, we are seeing that the issue with him is him staying healthy and, being able to take the rigors of football.
Said rigors, right?
Rigors. Yes, rigors.
Whew, I got nervous.
Rigors with an R?
Rigor, please. Yeah.
All right.
What?
Throw the A on there.
Whoa.
That was a black Scooby-Doo right there.
Right.
Rigories.
My point was I think that the environment that you put a quarterback in, and then also paired him with the right coach and the right, experienced head coach or the experienced OC like a McDaniels or a Sean Payton, with Bo Nix, like that matters because. Yes, the scrutiny is going to be higher for a number 1 pick. I agree. Yeah. Caleb Williams came in, and and probably Ryan Poles expected him to be Superman despite the deficiencies.
That we 100% know he did.
He did.
He literally said, "Hey, You don't need an offensive line. Get it together, baby.
Look at what you're doing at USC. You didn't need an offensive line to do that.
But
yeah.
Set Hutmer.
I know, but then on top of your point that she's made, we are using the college game to translate to the NFL. In college, there are two starters at most that you are playing against on the defense that's NFL ready, instead of playing against 11 people that should be in the NFL.
So it's my point with Ashton Jeanty.
Yeah.
It's very different running against the Mountain West where you got a lot of accountants versus dudes that feed their families off of laying you out as much as possible.
Exactly. So like your point is I was agreeing with you that we expect all these great things to translate from the college game to the NFL game, and it's just not feasible to have that in today.
He only got 445 yards.
And how many was that on the Bears? Half
138.
Right, 200.
So he went right back to being bad. That's insane.
But you can't teach skill, and the Raiders do not have a good offensive line. So I think that if he had a better, he's not Walter Payton. They could do anything with Swiss cheese. But I do think that if he get a decent line, he'll be able to do something. Kind of like a point earlier with Baker. You get with the right people, the right system, he'll be able to do something. Like, because the only running back that actually was killing was
Cam and Quinshawn.
Quinshawn, because for fantasy purposes, Travion Henderson has not had a good year yet.
No, he fumbled. He's a fumblerooski guy.
Marion Hampton was okay. He was okay before he went on IR. Yeah. And then you got Ashton Jeanty.
That college game to the NFL game is a lot further away.
It's a huge discrepancy.
But I also think, we can't sit here and use that as an excuse. And you can't sit here and say that, it's okay what we've seen from Caleb the last couple of weeks. Now, is it a part of the process? I think that's the part of the conversation that people don't want to have. You beg Ben Johnson to come here. You beg Ben Johnson to go through this process. You beg Ben Johnson to do what he did in Detroit. He's doing it. Every week in Detroit wasn't sunshine and rainbows. They were 1-5 at this point. You're 4-3. Now the goal is to get yourself back on track and to figure out,
we still over 500.
You're still over 500. You got a ton of opportunity coming up here this week. With you're playing the right Joe. I love how Yurko said that. If you got a choice between two Joes, you're getting the right one.
Exactly.
You're getting Joe Flacco. You got to get to the quarterback a heck of a lot more than you did last week versus Snoop Huntley. 3 pressures is unacceptable.
3 pressures.
And we didn't talk about it here on the show, but with the news that Shamar Turner is going to miss now this year, I think a massive conversation comes to everybody's boy who they want to get on the field, Austin Booker. You getting activated because you're getting activated for no reason. Like you're not getting activated because the coach wants you. You're getting activated because
that's the thing. I like your boy, the defensive player, Dennis Allen, great defensive coach, but to me he has not used what he has. Like, these are not your prototypical players that you want, but guess what? What you're doing ain't working. But so you need to change it up some.
This the thing.
Change. You got to change, bro. You can't.
The defense played well enough in that game for you to win that game.
Well enough ain't good enough.
23 points is good enough.
I
can't put
enough is not good enough.
I can't put the other 7 on there because Caleb threw a pick at the freaking 1, or he threw it at the 15. It lands at the 2. Yeah. That's a tough stop to get. So I'm gonna say that those 7 on the offense. 23 points from the defensive side. By the way, it was 13-16 at that point. You had a chance offensively to go down and take the lead or at least tie the ball game up. You screwed yourself on that, and the penalties continue to screw you.
Outside of the turnovers that we're getting, we're ranked like 25 out of 32 in defense.
We're terrible in the pressures. We're terrible in the sack numbers right now. Like I don't disagree with you. My concern with that, again, that continues to go back to Ryan Poles.
It does.
It does. That's your defensive line that you paid.
Javon
Dexter, Montez Sweat, Grady Jarrett, Dio Dangbo.
$100 million.
Them your boys.
Not doing nothing.
Them your boys. They haven't put up the sack numbers. But what we did talk about with them the last couple of weeks was the pressure numbers went the right direction.
I need sacks. Pressure is okay, but sacks.
No, because here's my thing. Pressure does more. I would rather have pressure than sacks. Because pressure forces quarterbacks who can't deal with pressure to throw bad passes.
Make
It's
the
why
errant
you've
plays.
seen the
Yeah.
turnover numbers be so high and things like that. I would rather have pressure than sack because the sack stops a play. Pressure puts you in a position where your team may end up actually getting the ball back, and that spoke to one of the strengths of the team. But now you probably need the sacks because that's a weakness of your team now, with you only having Deshaun Wright, with you only having
Which
Nick
is my point.
McLeod,
Yeah.
with you only having, like, now it makes a little more sense to be like, all right, boys, like, we need you to step up here and get to the quarterback. That's going to be tough
because
versus Joe Flacco because he's smart and he gets
he's
the ball
smart.
out quick.
It is, because look at the play that it wasn't the turn of the gameplay, but it was
The Snoop
third
Huntley off the blitz.
off the blitz.
Off
It was
the
third.
blitz.
It was 3rd and 14.
Man.
We got pressure, but we didn't get
He found the
home.
one hole.
and he found the one hole on.
And got it.
Right.
Yeah,
And was
exactly.
able to complete that pass. If we were able to get more pressure and the sack,
Yeah.
that turns that game where we at least have the opportunity to win instead of them getting a 3rd and 14.
But I think that's it. But my
We
thing
were
is-
2nd and 22, and they
but
got one of those
But
too.
you still had the opportunity to win. That's the thing. Like, I look at that game more as an offensive failure.
Agreed.
It was 13-16 in the game opportunity. Defense got to stop.
Yeah.
They put a heck of a punt together. You had another penalty that put you back on the freaking 2.
It's just compounding.
The jump from Joe Tooney was not a jump, by the way. Like, that was just asimine.
I was trying to figure out
Yeah,
when did he move.
so we still all trying to
They
figure
just
it
wanted
out.
to give him one. It's like, you're too
Yeah.
perfect.
But so, like, to me, when I look at those situations, though, I think it's okay to say the offense needed to be better there. But as
Agreed.
we
Agreed, it
continue to move forward, you're gonna need your defense to step up here in a major way as far as defensive line. I'm not even talking about defense as a whole. I think for me, with the games you have coming up, they're very winnable.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
You can put yourself back in the feel-good, great position. And dare I say, for Caleb Williams, you're not going up against defenses that are world beaters right now.
You're not, because look at the Cincinnati defense gives up 30 points a game.
Cincinnati's defense is going to allow you to go do some great things there. I would say the Giants' defense, as much
Not
as we
as
were
good. Not as
all
good.
preseason,
Nah,
we were
up and down.
here they come, Brian Burns. Oh, watch yourself,
Right,
boys.
he's
We got to
good.
get cooked.
They
He's
front
nice,
seven. They
but
front.
no.
They front seven was supposed to be iconic, but they haven't.
Cheeky. You got the Vikings after that. That team's falling apart.
They are.
That and I think what's crazy about it is all of these teams are susceptible to the pass. Bengals susceptible to the pass. Giants susceptible to the pass. Vikings susceptible to the pass. The Steelers are susceptible to the pass.
They are
right now.
They got a bunch of old people in the back.
Like, you have an opportunity to really continue to build on the good season that you're having.
Yeah.
I do look at this as a situation where, okay, this is one of those Ben Johnson tests we talked about.
Oh,
You've got a
about
quarterback right now who maybe is hearing the media a little too much. How do you get Caleb to lock back in? How do you get Caleb to focus back in and to get back to the player that he was second half versus the Commanders? Second half versus the Raiders. Whole game versus the Cowboys. How do you get him back to that player where, and I give the one thing I give Caleb credit on, he's confident no matter what situation he's put in.
but
That throw to DJ Moore was beautiful.
That was insane.
Don't say that.
Pressure in his face,
and that's
falling
the thing is
backwards,
that-
putting the ball up. That's the ones where it's
So,
like you have
the
all
one
the
to
talent
the one to
in the world.
Rome on the sideline that Rome was supposed to catch.
Beautiful.
Bro,
Rome don't
that-
catch
Only,
it.
Yeah,
the
that
only
blew me.
the only way the ball he put it in the place where only Rome could catch it and get his feet in bounds. He got the arm talent.
But this is why I say it's great for you. Right now, he's Seth Curry. Seth Curry can hit all the threes you need him to hit. He can shoot just like Steph. He can. Like, if you let him just shoot, he can shoot like Steph. Problem is, Steph can make the easy ones. Steph can make the wide open ones. The way he said, the hardest three to make is the one that's wide open with the pressure. Steph can make them with his eyes closed.
Yeah.
Seth can knock down the tough fall away hands in your face. Oh, we got to get a stop here. Dang it, he hit it. But sometimes when he got the wide open ones, he can't
He can't hit it.
hit them.
Right, he's not consistent with it.
The easy layup at the rim. Sometimes he'll throw that mug over the rim. Steph don't throw that thing over the rim. You got to get to the point where you're Steph, where the layups become the easy part, or whatever the tough shot is for you is an easy shot for you. And then the difficult shots are just something that puts you over the top. And to me, that's
Icing
where,
on the
and I
cake.
think that's okay to say. Like, I think that's where this whole conversation started was, is it okay to say that Caleb Williams hasn't lived up to your expectation? I watched Caleb in college. The spectacular throws were the throws that we saw all the time.
Yeah, because he had to.
Because he was better than everybody in that mug.
Yeah, and he had to.
But
because
when
he
I
had no
need
line.
you to make the layups, those are the ones.
That's the
with-
hiccups.
I'm sorry. That pass to DJ Moore?
Oh, way off.
Fam.
I don't know why he didn't
the
throw it
first
straight
window
to him.
was the first window was there.
Yeah.
Literally, you look at it, first window is there. He don't pull the trigger. He's waiting for DJ to get to the second window, fires it into the second window. And again, I'm okay with you throwing to the second window. The second window was open. But DJ got to know you going to the second window.
Yeah, communication.
So the conversation there, and that's what irritated me most. I said this a couple of times already this week. When I heard Caleb go, yeah, we just not on the same page. We got to get on the same page. We're not on the same page. You the book.
You the page. Yeah.
You the page.
Yeah.
Whatever your page is the page. That's bottom line.
So you're saying he needs to be more of a leader?
That's a part of leadership. Yeah, 100%.
Well, one of the things.
Let me
that
tell you this.
mentioned-
You know what Randy Moss did? Randy Moss, second greatest receiver all time. I can't put him over Jerry.
I'll give
Yeah,
you that.
yeah.
Second greatest
yeah,
receiver all time,
Top
right?
top three, hands down. Top three.
Goes to join Tom Brady. Who you putting over? Oh, T.O.
No, I said, man, that boy from Detroit was pretty good too.
Are you Megatron over?
I got-
Megatron was a dog. Megatron was a monster. It never had no help. So I'm not gonna hate on it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hate on it.
Yeah,
But I would take Randy over Megatron. But either way, yeah.
He fluctuates between my 2 and 3. But
Randy shows up in
New England.
New England. He says, "Give me the playbook and give me Tom's number, because I need to know what we doing. I need to know
See, that's it.
where
That's
he
what- that's
wants
it.
me to be.
Yes,
I
that's
need
it.
to know where
Yes.
he's gonna put the ball so I can be there to do what I do best and catch it.
Yeah.
It ain't about, well, he need to know where Randy need to be. Randy the second greatest wide receiver ever.
Yes.
It's about, I need to know where Tom gonna put this ball so I can run to that spot. When Colston Loveland got an option route, Colston, make your decision quicker. You got to run the option. You got to pick which one you want so I know where to put this ball at. But you need to make your decision quick. And to make it easy, this should be your decision in that situation every time based off of that. When you looking at DJ Moore on that one, DJ, second window. I want second window on that. I don't want first window. It shouldn't be DJ saw something I didn't see. It's not.
But that's been happening a lot. That has been happening a lot. Which was
It's been happening the whole time.
I know, which is one of my questions about something that you said. Is it Ben's not being as
Vocal?
no, it's what's the word I'm looking for? More specific in what he
Detail.
not even because he's detailed, more specific. Is he giving Caleb too much flexibility into his, because he's
No.
all about the timing.
You know, you heard it today. Caleb Williams said, I threw a good route on that pick to roll. He said it was a good read. Ben Johnson said, you need to throw underneath. You need to throw the common nugget. That's the read.
Oh, that was. You
was.
talking
We
about for the
talked about that.
interception?
Yep.
Yeah.
For the interception?
We saw that space.
Ben Johnson
It
said,
was right
Ben
there.
Johnson said, it's another read.
So
That was the wrong read.
So Caleb is misreading what he think he's seeing.
He's misdiagnosing.
Makes sense.
But here's the thing. That's a part of the process. I'm not
It
tripping
does.
on that.
It does. It is.
And
definitely.
I like the fact that the head coach is very vocal about that was the wrong read. You got no. Because Caleb after the game said, yeah, that was the right read to go to Rome. And by the way, I also want to say this. For people saying he's force feeding it to Rome, the pick happened, tough pick. I would rather my quarterback want to get it to his number one receiver than not. He got 3 targets more than DJ the whole game. It's not like he's got 16 and DJ has 3. He had 10. He caught 7. He was having a good game.
He had a great game. He's having a
At
great
that
game.
point, he had 9. He caught 7. You had DJ Moore with 6. He caught 4, and then you got the 7th one on the deep pass, which was a great catch. Like it's not like he's
12 to 3.
literally
12 to 3.
the conversation on Caleb all year has been everybody's getting the ball. Are you going to be upset? Is a wide receiver going to be upset because he's not getting 10 targets in a game? You know what I mean? So, like, that's literally been the conversation on Caleb.
I'm
In
more
that
about
moment,
efficiency. I'm more about
do
efficiency.
I want you to throw it to a better read? Yeah,
Yeah.
because Ben Johnson said to. And I think that's the standard that I want Caleb to take from Ben and go to the team with. And that's why Ben put it on the leaders of this team. He talking to Caleb.
Yeah, he is.
the leaders of this
primary
team
guy
got to
he's
get
talking
this
to.
together.
Yeah.
Who's the only leader that matter?
Primary guy is the quarterback.
Name another leader on the
The other
Chiefs that matter.
Where's it been?
it's Patty and it's Jones.
You ever notice?
It's two.
You ever notice when Travis sitting there screaming at the top of his lungs about not getting the ball? Pat be like, sit your goof down and like we gonna play. When he in the face of Andy Reid, Andy like, all right, Pat get in the face. He be like, whoa, Pat, what we doing? Hold on, let's
Exactly.
There's differences in leadership. I'm talking to the quarterback. I'm talking to Caleb Williams when I say the leaders need to take responsibility. And because we've harped on it, we're telling you in every bit of practice, and y'all are okay with not being great enough. That starts with the dude at the top of this thing. It starts with Ben Johnson. I'm not absolving him of blame. You got to fix it. You the head coach.
You need to dial it
Well,
back a little bit. Then.
But your quarterback got to be in that mug. Like on a false start, Colston, you know how important this is. You know the snap count. What the bleep are you doing?
Leadership, right? You said leadership needs to be a little bit more of a vocal
At a
leader.
certain point, though, the coach fixes it. What is his version of fixing it? Because to me, if the coach is voicing it and you showing it in practice and they're telling you to work on this and work on that, at a certain point, it's on you to translate that into, okay, I have to step up and do the things to become a better leader. Because we talked about this earlier. Is that the next step in Caleb's progression and involving is being vocal enough to say, hey, I'm going to take over the reins. Hey, DJ Moore, this is where I need you to be next time. Colston Lovin, I need you to kind of key in on the discipline of this play instead of, getting jittery at the line. Like, you already know this is the play and this is what we're running. This is the cadence. This is the snap count. Like, let's get focused.
But the caveat to that is, how can he ask somebody else for accountability
when he's
messing up?
He's still the quarterback. To me, at a certain point, he's still the quarterback.
I'm still the quarterback.
Still the quarterback. It's still on you.
I know we want to put everything on him. Everything is not on him. I mean, I know we want to say that everything is his
the line
fault.
up, the pre-snap penalties, all that's not on him.
It's not all on him. Now, is there a big chunk of it on him? The layups are on him.
Yeah, definitely.
Not being on the same page as your receiver, that's on you.
Correct.
Because the big thing that
what happened out summer?
That is the most important thing. Receivers gonna come and go. You supposed to be the constant.
You see what Aaron Rodgers did.
DJ Moore may not be here in 2 years. Rome Odunze, hopefully he is, may not be here in 2 years. I think Colston Loveland may not be here.
That's
I'm not
crazy.
Colston Loveland. Cole Kmet may not be here by the trade deadline.
That's true.
Like, we being 100% honest. This is the biggest thing that when we had that conversation earlier, JC, what I say? How do you fix it? Y'all favorite Chicago Bear may not be your favorite Chicago Bear in 2 years. You may be cheering for somebody else.
That's fine.
That's
long as
fine.
they get it right.
As
You know
long
what I
as
mean?
it went.
Like-
That goes back to Poles making the right deals and getting the right people, because he has.
At this point, it's
Drafted, but
at this
not
point, the
drafted
only
as
thing
well.
left to look at is personnel.
It is.
When we had these penalties under Nagy, we had these penalties under Flus.
Yeah.
We've been an undisciplined football team.
Didn't have
since
it under
Lovey.
Thomas Brown.
Bro, no,
we 100% had it under Thomas Brown.
We haven't had these penalties since Lovey. Lovey were the last coaches where they were fundamentally sound, where they wasn't.
Well, I think we were disciplined under John Fox. I think we sucked.
That
Yeah. The level of talent
We
wasn't
were a
there.
disciplined football team that got beat 40-10. You know what I mean? That's a different conversation.
Yeah, you point. Yeah.
Hey, man, let us know how you guys feel in the comments below, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Do you feel like it is okay to have the conversation around Caleb Williams that, he hasn't lived up to expectation? But like me, I think he will.
I think it will.
I think by Ben Johnson has
By
said
year 3.
we will be playing our best football this year in December. December's a little over a month away.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what December holds. By December, if we sitting here and we in the same conversation as last year, and we sitting here and we looking at some of these players sideways, I guarantee you it's gonna be people that's not a part of this team. I guarantee it, because this coach got it. This coach,
he's got the
he
got the plan.
You've watched him make good coaching decisions in games time after time. 1 year in, not even 1 year, 7 games in.
He's got a learning curve too, though. We ain't gonna
But I
absolve
mean,
him.
as a head coach, like the challenge flag that he's been throwing, that challenge flag he threw, that's a game-changing challenge flag right there. You know what I mean? Like I think what we've seen from him as far as intensity, expectation, like don't lower your expectation from where Ben Johnson has it to try and appease how you feel about your favorite player. It's okay to say Caleb Williams is playing under the bar.
Yeah, agreed.
It's also okay to say that I hope and I expect him to be above the bar by the time we get to the end of this season.
But yeah.
I do. Maybe I'll be wrong. But I'm not lowering where Ben Johnson has set the bar. Even today, he said the expectation, was it today or yesterday? He said our expectation this entire year has been to win. It's never been the rebuild mindset. None of that. Like he keeps saying that bet. Let's see you get back in this win column.
Yeah.
By the way, you did just win 4 in a row, lose one game, and people are ready to jump off the top.
Pretty ready.
That's the part that I hate
We're
the most.
gonna put in Tyson Bagent. Come on now.
We saw
You
that yesterday way
you
too
4-2, and you want to
That
put in
is the part
Tyson
that
Bagent?
bothers me so much.
Well,
ridiculous.
The recency bias is strong
we
with
know
these
some of the
fans.
conversation with some of that stuff.
I know,
It is.
but
It is. But that's just
kill
that's
that.
just
Yeah,
that's
calm all that noise.
that's poor fandom. It just is. It's
I
poor
mean,
fandom.
you know what it is? It's truly getting an opportunity to just be a fan.
That's a bad fandom.
you have your allegiances. I mean,
bad fan.
but realistically, you know.
But
you're
at the
gonna
end of
have
the
your
day, you sit
allegiances.
there, you complain about stuff, you complain about stuff, you complain about stuff, you cry when you win. Like, and I mean cry like happy tears when you win. Like I feel like that's most fans in the world. I feel like it's a lot of, oh God, we suck. I bet you there's Chiefs fans right now crying. I guarantee you.
Oh, there was.
Just complaining,
It
just
was.
oh,
It
it's
was.
not this, we're not good enough, we're not. They might go back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Everybody's healthy. Rasheed's back. Yeah, you ain't lying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it says winning cures everything.
Winning cures everything, and you can complain all year and say we don't have enough of this, we're not gonna have enough of that. I'm gonna slap somebody's mama.
Hey,
And then you win a game in the last 4
you're in the
weeks.
finals.
You
Yeah,
heard.
you're in the Super Bowl.
None of this.
Yep.
So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening,
Oh,
man. Let us
boy.
know how you guys feel in the comments below. Appreciate you
Nice
guys for
buzz.
tuning in and showing love as always. For Mr. Media himself, George
Yep.
JC, Mr. Drew Better. If you knew better, you do better. Say who better?
Nobody, bro.
It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bed down. One love. Peace. One love. One love. I don't know why I kept that alive while Joel's not here.